get into it. We can talk about it. Let's talk about. Do you want to talk a little bit about the Little Mermaid? We can talk.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's talk Little Mermaid.
So, guys, Little Mermaid came out. Disney, another. They've run out of ideas, so they've got to launch yet another live action Disney resource out there to get everybody to show up at the theater. The only problem is their content is so woke that when it comes to international box office, well, that can be a bit of a problem. Well,
yeah,
it's a massive problem because if you didn't listen to us the other day, John was talking about the fact this budget was $250 million, and then you add another probably $250 million to it. Probably had a budget in the $500 million range.
Man, it's expensive.
It's very expensive. So the box office came in over the weekend, and guys, it is ugly when very liberal, progressive, Disney sucking Variety is now coming out and saying your film is a nightmare and that it's going to be a flop. You're in a lot of trouble because we're talking about an outlet that absolutely wants to be invited to every Disney event known to man and that never has any ill will towards Disney, but even they can't even hide exactly how disastrous this Little Mermaid fiasco has become. 3 holdovers from Disney rounded out the top of the North American charts. In third place, The Little Mermaid added $22.8 million from 4,320 screens, declining 46% from the weekend prior. After 3 weeks of release, the live-action remake is swimming along. I see what you did there. With $28 million at the domestic box office, but, and it's a big-ass but. I mean, it's a Sir Mix-a-Lot but the big-budget film has been struggling at the international box office where ticket sales have been floundering. I see what you did there, too. With $185 million. Yes, that's considered floundering because the movie cost $250 million to make. This is where it takes an ugly turn for Disney. At one point, there was hope The Little Mermaid would near the $1 billion mark. And after a disappointing turnout overseas, it'll be lucky to hit $500 million.
Whoa. Based on my calculations, Rhodes.
Yeah.
That probably means that they're going to take, if this thing only hits $500 million, and they get roughly half of that money back, they lost $250 million on this movie.
It's a disaster.
They're not done. They're not done, man. Indiana Jones is saying, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Or hold my dial of wokeness.
Look, when I saw the Indiana Jones estimate, like when you made your video the other day, I thought, okay, this thing's going to open at like at 110. And then I got to look and I was like, $60 million for an Indiana Jones movie. $60 million.
But get this about Indy, man. We said that that budget was like $300 million. From what we're hearing now, it's worse than that because they spent even more on production, reshoots and stuff like that.
Oh, they probably spent $600 million on that movie.
They probably. I'm talking about production budget wise. I wouldn't be shocked now if they spent like over $400 million on this thing. And with marketing, they may be in on like $700 million for this movie.
Let me ask you a question. Is there any chance that between The Little Mermaid and Indiana Jones that anybody at Disney walks away from this woke ideology?
No.
That they say, we just can't do this anymore.
You know what's going to have to happen?
Shareholders going to have to sue their ass.
Yeah. Kathleen Kennedy's she's going to have to get fired, man. She's going to have to get fired. This Indiana Jones movie, I believe, is going to lose more money than Little Mermaid.
She was leaving anyway. She's not going to get fired. She might get fired. We won't ever know it. We
it'll
won't
be
ever
called
know it publicly.
she's stepping away. That's the way they'll frame it.
She's
But
retiring into
in
another
reality-
position.
Yeah, because she's almost 70. I think she's going to be 70 this year.
Yeah.
She's going to have to go, man.
Well, the word has it this was her last movie anyway. That's been the word for a while at Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
She was waiting until the release of Indiana Jones. Now, somebody came out the other day and said that somebody actually brought up the fact that I guess Disney is trying to dog out fans because they're claiming that we hate women. I guess now that's the angle. The angle they're circling back around to is that because we don't like the fact that Phoebe Waller-Bridge lady, and we don't like the fact that Rey was the good girl or the heroine in the Star Wars movies, that it's back to woman hating. We're haters of women now again.
That Rey movie, if it gets made, is going to lose money. Now look at this, Rhodes.
It's going to be disastrous. I mean,
let me throw this at you.
burn money. We're talking Solo area is where that film.
Let me give you Kathleen Kennedy's resume here. Force Awakens was going to make a whole bunch of money because that was the first Star Wars movie in like 10, 11 years. Okay? Even though I didn't like the movie, it made a lot of money. Okay. Last Jedi got destroyed by people. It made money, but it got destroyed. Then Solo lost money, the first Star Wars movie to ever lose money. Then you have all these problems with Episode 9. Fired the directors, the writers, whatever. JJ comes back. That movie got destroyed by people. I don't know if it lost money or not. But then Willow, a disaster on Disney Plus. They pulled it. Obi-Wan Kenobi, slammed by everybody.
Did you watch Willow?
No,
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
No, I wasn't going to watch that.
I thought you watched it as soon as it came out.
No,
I thought
no.
Wasn't you a big Willow fan? Like I wasn't.
The original Willow. I love the original Willow movie.
I was okay on the original, but I wasn't.
I mean, it wasn't
like
Star
as big a
Wars,
fan
but
as-
I did like it a lot.
Right.
It was part of my childhood. But then you have Indiana Jones: Dial of Destiny. Rose, this movie may lose $300 million. How can you actually keep her around with that?
They'll never let us know it. She's retiring to it. Kathleen Kennedy is moving to executive vice president of blah blah blah. It'll look like a promotion, / retirement promotion. They'll cover it up. We'll never know she got fired. This has got to be it for her.
This has to be.
Yeah.
This has to be. But the thing is, be careful what you actually wish for, because who's going to take over for?
It could get worse. Yeah.
Who is going to take over for? I mean, does Favreau want to take over Lucasfilm? I would feel more comfortable with him. But that Book of Boba Fett was a disaster.
Well, if you listen to the
Mandalorian
rumors,
season 3,
he wasn't
but for the most
involved
part
with Boba Fett.
Yeah, that's true.
The Mandalorian
I wish,
ended on a strong note. The last 2 episodes were good. The last episode was really good.
Yeah, I wish that some billionaire, true Star Wars fan would just buy it. Buy it.
Well, I keep hoping Elon will buy it.
Oh yeah, I wish that he would.
He's a big Star Wars guy,
Yeah, Elon, why don't you buy it, man? Listen to George.
And YouTube.
Make a commitment to actually listen to George.
and YouTube.
but I don't know how much Disney would actually sell it for. I mean, they bought it for $4 billion.
They take 10 or 12 billion for it, right?
10 billion?
Yeah. 12
How
billion?
about 8? I was thinking more like 8. But
I mean, how much did Elon pay for Twitter? 44 billion?
44 billion, yeah. I think that's what it is.
So that's change. That's change in the couch cushions, Elon. Just go ahead and jump out there.
Yeah.
You can say buy the MCU while you're at it. Get a package deal. How about how about 2 for $20? We'll call it good and save both franchises.
Screw the MCU. I'm much more of a Star Wars fan. Buy Lucasfilm. Buy Lucasfilm. And purge the activists out of Lucasfilm. Purge. Yeah.
Can you imagine his first day walking into Lucasfilm's offices, carrying a kitchen sink like he did into Twitter?
Better yet. You know what he could make a good sign? Carry a bus of George Lucas in there. Be like, we're bringing Star Wars back.
Wearing one of the big ass, like, I don't know where my Santa Claus Yoda hat is, where the big ass, you remember in that video I made that time with the big ass floppy Yoda ears? Elon could go walking into Lucasfilm wearing that, carrying a kitchen sink.
I remember that. So
oh, it'd be hilarious, man.
Yeah.